What up, my G's, and welcome to day 9 of the 30 days 30 balondor nominees challenge. And in today's video, I'm gonna be discussing the season-long stats of Artem Dovbyk, the former Girona striker, and his chances of winning the Ballon d'Or. So let's start. So he has recently made a move to Roma because that is what happens when a player from a smaller team performs well in their league, and then the bigger teams come just hunting for them, and then the smaller team that perform better in the league from last seasons now just goes rock bottom or just has a big downfall. And I predict that is going to be the same case with Girona, because their main players like Savinho and Artem Dovbyk are now gone. Savinho is off to Manchester City and Artem Dovbyk is off to Roma, so I don't know how they are going to adjust to this crisis. But anyhow, this video is about Artem Dovbyk, so let's just stick with him. Let's just start with our first segment, which is his stats. So he scored 26 goals, gave 8 assists, 4 yellow cards, and he had 2.19 ppg in La Liga and 2 in Copa del Rey, which are amazing stats. 26 goals, very amazing, but still not as good as other attackers in this list. Then we will talk about the number of trophies he won, and he won none of them, at least the team trophies, because he was in fact the top scorer, the Pichichi, in La Liga by 2 goals, and he defeated Alexander Sorloth and Jude Bellingham in this Pichichi race. He was the main man for Girona that season, but we will talk about that later in the next segment, which is the impact. He won the Golden Boot. He led Girona to Champions League qualification. He made them finish into the top 3, and most of the people would say that he was not the only one. There was Savinho, there were other players as well, but still he had a really big impact, because he was the main man leading from the front. He was the one taking the penalties, and his penalties were top class. If you watch them, I guess the only man who just scores better penalties than him is Ivan Toney, and we all know how he scores them. He just stares at that position, he stares at the goalkeeper and just not looking at the place we're gonna shoot. He just shoots there and scores the penalty. Artem Dovbyk does not have a similar style, but has a very effective one as well. Next is his key moments, and we all know that he made every single top club in La Liga his dog, except for Real Madrid, of course, because Madrid is Madrid. He scored, and I guess his best performance against these big clubs was his good performance against Barca, 1 goal and 1 assist, which practically helped Madrid win the league. So thank you, Artem Dovbyk, for that, and my all gratitude goes towards you, Girona. And now I was just watching the match, and I was hoping that Girona score more and more goals so that the goal difference is greater and Madrid wins the league. Madrid just won their last match before the Barca Girona match, I guess, and then the situation was that if Barcelona lose this game to Girona, Madrid will win the league on point difference and goal difference as well. I was watching that match, I remember, and I just celebrated when he scored a goal when Barcelona were 2-1 up, I guess. Yes, he then scored a goal, and then the goals followed. 4-2 was the final scoreline, I guess. Yes, he made them his dog, but now when he is at Roma, I don't think he's gonna be doing the same, considering that what kind of a start he has had to the most defensive league in the world, which is the Serie A. He has scored no goals and has given no assists in his first 3 games for Roma. I hope that he prevails there as well, or just comes back to Spain. Next, we will talk about his setbacks, because with every key moment there follows a setback, and I guess the biggest setback he had was just getting knocked out of the Euros. Hear me out, Ukraine had a decent squad and maybe better than many teams that qualify for the round of 16. But they just bottled it because the strikers could not, and their goalkeeper Andrei Lunin, I rate him very much, and he has recently signed a extended contract with Real Madrid until 2030, so he's going to be a first choice keeper in the next 2 or 3 years when Courtois retires or gets too old to just dive into every corner of the goal. So I guess the Ukrainian team bottled it, so what can we do? And let's now talk about his previous nominations, but he did not have many or any because he was not in Europe before this season. And lastly, I will give my own prediction, which will solely be based on my own prediction. Isn't that obvious? So yeah. So my prediction would be for him to finish in 15 to 20, yeah, I guess, or maybe 13 to 18, because he had a great season, and the thing that adds more to his PR was him winning the Pichichi or the Golden Boot of Spain. So the Ballon d'Or voters might take that into consideration as well. But I don't think he's gonna emulate Shevchenko and win the Ballon d'Or. Whatever. This was that for this video, and in the next video we're gonna be discussing the the season stats of another Ballon d'Or nominee and his chances of winning the award. Until then, adios.